Hello, today is day 35, and our intention is to be kind to yourself. So get on something comfy, grab a pillow and a blanket, and let's get started. Hello, welcome to day 35 of our Intentions Instead of Resolutions yoga. And today's intention is meant really just to what it says, to be kind to yourself. Sometimes we're hard on ourselves when we don't reach certain goals that we have set for ourselves, and that's fine. We always have a little extra time to try it out in a different way. So that's what we're doing today. So my left knee from an injury, oh man, like almost 30 years ago, is still bothering me. So I make adjustments in order to still be able to be active and do things that are good for my health. And that's what today's practice is all about. So whether you are suffering from arthritis or you have an old injury that is creeping up on you and causing you pain, you can still be kind to yourself and practice yoga to help with other things. So today, if you notice, I've got my legs crossed in a different way because this is my bum knee. So I've got my left leg in front, which seems kind of odd, but you can make those adjustments. So if you have one knee that's worse off than the other, always cross that to the outside. That'll help take a little of the pressure off of that knee that's not feeling good. Now, of course, if both of them are not feeling well, you can even go wider. Now, the first thing that we're going to do with this practice is to place our hands on our shoulders. And it may seem like the next move that we're going to do is really not calming, but you'd be surprised because it's going to help us get a little bit of tension out of our shoulders and our neck. And what we're going to do is sit up straight, suck your navel to your spine, and go to the right and to the left. Now, you want to try to keep your torso as straight as possible. So you don't want to bend your back over. And then what we're going to do is synchronize it with our breath. So as you go to one side, you'll be breathing in. As you go out, you'll be breathing out. You'll be going to the other side. So we're going to start right now. So you can close your eyes. I have a rover dog who's tapping his tail to my breath. So it's like a metronome, breathing in and out. Oh, good. Now just let your hands fall to your knees. You should feel your hands getting a little bit more circulation. And there he is making his appearance. All right, go lay down, go lay down, go lay down, lay down. Oh, there we go. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to reach with our hands out to each side in front of us. So we're going to bend over our knees, try to keep your back as straight as possible, and reach out with your hands. And then we're going to take a deep breath in and breathe out and tuck our chin to our chest. We can sway back and forth a little bit. That'll help to stretch out some additional muscles. Then from center, you want your movement to come up to originate here at center. Now we're going to go over to the other side, reaching with our hands out. Take a deep breath in and fold it in. Swaying back and forth. And again, from center, rise up. the movement will feel different if you are moving from center. Now we're going to reach out in front, and he might get an extra pet. And again, we're going to breathe in and out. Swaying back and forth. And from center, rising back up. Now we're going to change the cross of our legs. And again, if your knees are bad, you can have a very wide cross right here. That's what I've chosen since this is the knee that's giving me trouble. Now this time we're going to start going over to the left with our hands as we bend over. Take a deep breath in and tuck your chin to your chest. This will feel different, having your legs crossed in a different way. We'll be able to stretch out our hips evenly to help relieve any tension. Then from center, we're going to rise back up and go to the right. So make sure that you try to keep your back as straight as possible for as long as possible. Breathe in and out. Swing back and forth. It might give you a good stretch in your knees as well. From center, we're going to rise back up and then go towards the front again. Take a deep breath in and tuck your chin to your chest. And sway back and forth. From center, rise back up. Now, with our blanket, we're going to take our blanket and spread it out across your mat. And then this time, what we're going to do is we're going to tuck our left heel towards our center. And if your knee doesn't allow you to bring it all the way in, that's perfectly fine. You can have it up next to your other knee. Or if you have that flexibility in that joint, you can bring your foot further up. Then we're going to lift our hands up and overhead and forward fold. Take a couple of deep breaths, breathing in and out. Grab your feet if you can. If not, you can grab the bottom of your pants or your ankles. So breathe in and out. From your core, from center, lift up. You should notice that that takes less stress off of, or it takes stress off of your back as well. Now we're going to switch our feet. So our right foot's going to come in. This knee is fine, so I'm able to do this properly. But you can make adjustments. That's the whole point of this practice. If you have to have both feet out in front of you, do it. You'll still get the benefit from yoga. So we're going to lift our hands up and overhead and drape over, grabbing our feet or our ankles or our calves. Take a deep breath in and out. In and out. From center, rise up. Now we're going to move to table position. If you have your pillow, leave it off to the side because we're not going to need it right away, but we will need it. And we're going to go to table position. And we're going to take that right foot and extend it out, put our toes on the mat, and we're going to seesaw back and forth, or saw back and forth. This is just going to give us a really good stretch in the back of that right leg, in the calf, and in the knee joint. Then we're going to move the pillow over close to your right hand. And the reason for that is because we're going to lift this leg, bring it up and in, and we're going to go into a pigeon. Now with this, when you're in your 50s and 60s, it's often quite hard to be able to have that hip resting on the ground. So that's where the pillow comes in. So, or you could use a second blanket if you didn't have a pillow, or you can roll up the blanket that's currently on your mat. And this will help support that hip. Now, while we're in pigeon, we're going to just slowly rise up and have our hands in prayer position. This is just to engage muscles in that lower back. Suck your navel to your spine to support that lower back. Then we're going to lower our hands to the mat and then lower to your forearms. You can interlace your fingers to have them kind of in a double fist, and then rest your forehead on your hands. Now you want to make sure that that back leg is straight and that it's digging into the mat. That's going to be the root of this posture, is that back leg. Now you want to keep your right foot engaged to prevent circulation from being cut off. So wiggle your toes, spread them out, keep your foot nice and bright in order to keep circulation in that right leg going. I'm going to take a couple of deep breaths here, breathing in and out. In and out. Now we're slowly, very slowly, you want to protect these joints that are being stretched right now. And we're going to lift that right knee and go back to a modified table. And now we're going to move the pillow out of the way again. And we're going to extend that left leg out. Now, like I said, my left knee is the one that's giving me trouble. So this one's going to be especially difficult for me to be able to do a pigeon. So I'm going to give you some ideas of what you can do if your knees are bothering you. So we're going to place that pillow next to our left hand, lift that left knee, come up and in. So far, so good. No adjustments needed. Then we're going to slide that pillow under that left hip. I'm a little bit higher on this side with the stiff knee, but that's fine. Now we're going to lift up with our hands in prayer position. Then we're going to lower and go down to our forearms. And again, you can interlace your fingers to have kind of like a fist in order to rest your forehead on. We're going to take a deep breath in and out. In and out. And slowly, I can't stress that enough, slowly come up to your hands first. And this time, since we're done with pigeon, we can just shift over onto that pillow. And that way we can go straight into a cross legged position. Now we're going to do a couple of twists and in this practice. So I hope you get some good use out of this and that it helps you feel confident even when your joints are not cooperating with you in your physical fitness. So we're going to raise our hands up and twist first to the left. Breathe in and journey further into that twist. Then lift our hands up again and twist to the right. Breathe in and out. Now, keeping your hips elevated with a pillow should also help when you have trouble with your knees or your ankles, because that allows our body to be higher than those joints, so it takes a lot of stress off of them. I'm actually able to sit comfortably in a normal cross-legged position now that I'm on my pillow. Or if you have a block, if you have a yoga block, then you can also do that. But truly, be kind to yourself. As we get older, we're going to find that older injuries are going to come back to haunt us, or we might encounter new injuries that require us to just take it slow, but still engage in some type of activity in order to maintain our health. So I'll see you again next time. Bye.